What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning PHP. My name is QDS Dan and you guys watching my channel Wood. Alright, so if you guys look in here, our forms, it's looking very simple. There is no header, there is no registration, or there is no login here. So we're going to create the first one, which is our header navbar. The navbar comes in the top. So you guys go here and you guys can put a comment. Just create the way I do, and you guys can create navbar. You guys can do navbar and you guys do like this. So this is your comment, and we're gonna copy this one and we're gonna put it somewhere here. And so what we do here, and we do navbar like this, that's our navbar end here. So you guys can put like this, or you guys can put end navbar. You guys can put like this. So our navbar is here. So we put a nav because we have a now Bootstrap, and inside the navbar we put a class navbar, and we put a navbar, we put a default. Okay, so we have a navbar default, and inside this one we put a div, and we put a class container float. Okay, so we're gonna come here, and then that one we put a navbar header class navbar, and we put a header. If you guys want an explanation for all these, you guys just go ahead and check my Bootstrap. So in my Bootstrap series playlist, I have explained everything, all this, what is navbar default, what is container float, what is navbar header. But this video is because of the this video is about the PHP, so I just concentrate on the PHP because this one's just for styling, and I'll just quickly finish this one. And if you guys can put this one, and I'm gonna put a class navbar, I'm gonna put a logo, or I'm gonna put a brand, and we put a Wood here. So we're gonna check. See, look, my Wood is here, but my headers don't have a style. So I'll come here in the style, and I just put some sort of style here. Okay, so we're gonna come here and put some sort of style, and we put a because I just want to put a here. My anchor text style is gonna be 3B5998, and my navbar is gonna be I'm gonna put a WebKit, and it's gonna be border radius gonna be 0. So what I'm saying here, that whatever the website is gonna come in, whatever the website any other browser comes here, and the border radius is gonna be 0. I don't want any border radius like this one. Like if you guys look in here, there is very nice curve here. I don't want that one, and I'm gonna put another border radius for Mozilla, and it's gonna be 0. Mozilla is just like a Firefox, the one I'm using, and I'm gonna put a Moz. And if you look in here, this is Mozilla I'm using. I don't want any border radius here. I don't want any nice. See this, there is not a curve here, but I don't want anything like that. I don't want any curve because I want to look at flash. Okay, so and whatever other border radius is going to be 0. So I'm addressing everyone like WebKit, border radius, whatever the WebKits, whatever browser, Chrome, Edge, Brave, whatever, Opera, whatever here. It's whatever obeying this command is here. Mozilla's obeying this command. Any other web browser not obeying this two on top is here. So that's how it is. And we put a navbar default, navbar, and we're going to check if it's navbar default. It is navbar default. We copy this one, and we're going to come here to our style, we're gonna put a navbar default. And what's our navbar default? Is gonna be background color, and my background color is gonna be 3B5998. Same here. So I'm gonna take that one and I'm gonna put this one here. Okay, so that's my background color. And how about my border color? So border color is going to be exactly the same color. Border color, that's exactly going to be 3B998. So I'll copy that one and I'm going to put it here because I want the border to look the same. And I'm going to check, and it looks amazing. If you look at here, the Korai words disappearing because the Korai words got the same color. So I'll check the Korai wood. I want to put it white. So how I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna come here and look my here border container fluid. Container fluids is the one who takes all the screen here. So if I put a container, it's going to be here, but I don't need this one. I want it to take the whole screen. Okay, so now we have a navbar brand, and we want to put the border style here, and we put a navbar brand, and we put a border background color. So we put a color, and my color is going to be FFFFFF, and it's going to be white. That's what this one's going to come. And you look in here, it looks awesome. So the first part is done, and what we're going to do the rest. So now I have a problem. Once I go there on top and I do this one, it's disappears. So what I'm going to come here, and I'm going to put a navbar brand again. I'm going to copy here, and I'm going to put it here, and here navbar brand, I'm going to put a hover. So once we hovering, so you look in here, now it's hover, it's not doing anything, so it's staying like that. So now we have done the first part, which is Korai wood here. So we want to create some sort of registration here, and we're going to come here and we're going to close this one. We're going to come here and we are going to go here. Our navbar is going to end there. So we're going to come here and we create a div, and our div is going to be class, and the class is going to be container. We don't want container, we don't want just container, we don't want container fluid, we just want a container. Okay, so this one's going to be div. We're going to create the two div, and we're going to create the class row, div class row. Okay, inside the row, it's just like it's a container here, and we put a row because we wanted two divs side by side, the two rows, and there's two block. Bootstrap's got a 12 blocks here, so you guys can divide this one. Say this one is say if it's container, then there is we put a row because we want to put a side by side, and there is 12 blocks here, and we put a 6 block here, and we put a 6 block here because we want to put our registration here, and we just want to put our login here, or you guys can put your login here. So we want to put our registration here, and in the second block. So what are we going to do is come here and we put a div, and we put a class, and our div class will be called column medium 6. And if we do like column medium 6 here, we're gonna come down and we'll do another column medium 6. So okay, so this first one is gonna be login. So we want to put a h1. So we put a h1 is for login, and we want a h2. This part is going to be for the first part is going to be login, and this part is going to be, so we're going to put whatever here, our form and everything, we're going to put it on the here, second one, call md6. So we're going to put it here, and we're going to check, instead of looking here, it should come here because that's a call md6, and this is also call md6. So we're going to check here, and we're going to look, its login is here and registers comes here, and it's there is another option. You guys can put this one inside the panel if you want. So there is options available if you guys want to do, if you guys interested to give more style. So if you want, you can come here. We're gonna copy this one again, copy, and we want to put the second one in the panel. Panel, we want to put a panel default. Okay, so we're gonna come here. So you guys gonna look. Now that's inside the panel. You guys can change the color of the panel. You guys can do anything you guys like. So if you're gonna come here, alright, so we're gonna leave this one for login for later on, and we're gonna put here don't have account, and we put a please register. So this one's gonna be, if you guys want to put a small, please register. Alright, so we're gonna come here and check, and you can hear it says don't have account, please register. Alright, so now we have done, we gotta complete our form. What sort of form do we want? So we're gonna come here and we say our form, and our form is going to be the same, exactly the same in the Bootstrap. We're going to put our form here, and we're going to put this form here. So our form have a input. It says your name. I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to copy that one. That one's copy. In the full Bootstrap there is something called form group. So you put a div class form group. Because it groups all the form, it makes it like a side by side, it gives a style. So that's what it comes in Bootstrap. So you're gonna put a here. You guys can put a label. So we're gonna check. Now you're gonna see it looks different. So if you guys can put a label name. So you guys can put a label, and we put a name. You can put a label, and your label class is gonna be, and it's gonna be input class. It's gonna be form group, and we're gonna check. Now you're gonna see that it looks totally different. Everything is awesome now. So we put this one, say your full name. Okay, so now we have a full name for a label. Gonna put this one a little bit down. Alright, so we put a label, and we put a 4. So label 4 for full name, and we put a class, and we put a form label. Alright, so that's it, and we're gonna check here. That looks awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come here, and where it says, okay, so we're gonna put a little bit down, because we're gonna get the user's date of birth, and we're gonna put a class btn success, and it goes. So we put a submit value, we put a submit, and value you guys can put a register if you want. Okay, so we're gonna remove all the styles, because we don't need a style now, because we have a Bootstrap. So you remove the style from here, and we remove a style from here as well. Size 60. So style height, because now you guys have a Bootstrap, you don't need the style, because Bootstrap by itself, it gives the style to the form. And you're gonna come here, and you're gonna remove this as well. Okay, now we have gonna put a say okay, so now if you look here, our full name is here, but we want to put other info as well. So we want to get, say, user's date of birth or user's like, dislike. So in this video, I'm going to introduce you guys because we're going to have, say, form group, and I'm going to show you guys how we guys going to come here and get the user's, say, checkbox and the radio button. So I'm gonna, because we have one text here, and we have the second one's gonna be, this is gonna be full name, and these two guys the same. So we have, and for the second one we have a label for, we put a label, and the label is gonna be, say, if you want a checkbox, you're gonna be, we put a RU. Say we want to ask the user if the user's student or the user's label for RU. We're going to ask the user which the user is going to describe itself. So keep in mind, this is just example. It's not a, don't take it very seriously and says why it's like that, it did like this. So the type is not text, the type is going to be checkbox. And this one, we don't have the size for this one, and here you can remove this as well, and this one's gonna be, the type's gonna be radio. Okay, so we're gonna come and check, and you go look at here, RU, and we're gonna have a few options for RU, and we have a few options RU. So here we're gonna put a label RU, and then we put a gender, and then on the gender we're gonna get a radio, and we're gonna put a gender, and this one's gonna be, say, the names for this one's gonna be, so because this one's RU, when we're gonna have lots of RU, and see the value for this one's gonna be the value, so RU, say, student, and then the second one's gonna be the value for this one's gonna be, and we want to put a profession, and the profession is gonna be, say, array, and we're gonna see this one RU, and we're gonna come here, and the second one's gonna be, so we have 3 checkbox. The first one is going to be student, the value is going to be, say, the second one is going to be, say, employed, the third one is going to be unemployed. So this one's going to be profession, because this is array, and it's got a checkbox, and we're going to check our checkbox. And if you look at here, all of them have a value, and we're going to put some sort of names in front of them. So the first one's going to be, the second one's going to be employed, the third one's going to be unemployed. Alright, and we're going to check. And if you look in here, the first one, if the user tick this one, or tick this one, or tick this one, the students can be employed, can be student and employed at the same time, can be employed. So we're gonna check this one, but this, keep in mind, this one is just example. So this one's, we're gonna change this one. We're gonna change this one to come here, your favorite sports. So we're gonna put few sports instead of putting this one, because we have a gender. And we've finished the gender. Gender is going to be male, female. So we put a label gender, because with the gender, the user can choose one. So we put a gender, name gender, radio, and the value is equal to, say, male. And the first one is going to be male. And exactly we do the second one, copy that one, and we put it female. Okay, so this one's gonna be F. Alright, so it's going to be gender. They were both going to be gender, and they're both going to be, say, now this one's got a F, this one's got a M, and we're going to check. So with the gender, the users can be, say, either male or female, so you can choose only one. But with this one, user can choose three. So the user can be student and employed, but it can be employed and unemployed at the same time. So we're going to change this one. We're going to put another example. We put as your, say, your favorite sport. So we're going to come down little bit here, favorite sport. Keep in mind, I just put example here. I'm not, I wasn't sure what to put here. So we're going to put it here, say soccer. And we're going to put here soccer, and this the value is going to be, say, volleyball or tennis, and this one's going to be tennis, and this one's going to be, say, cricket, and this one's going to be cricket, value cricket. Okay, so this one's going to be sport instead of sport. It's going to be sports, array of sport, and this one's going to be sport. You guys can put a lot, you don't need to put this one, sport. Okay, so your favorite sport are you sport, level 4 fav sport. Okay, so it's got a fav sport, and it's got a sport. Keep in mind this is our array, so I just want to show you the array, and this guy is here also the array. So we're going to come here and check your favorite. Yeah, this one's can be sport. Your favorite sport is going to be soccer, and our cricket, our you can put more if you want. You can put one more, and one more is going to be, say, for example, swimming, for example. Or say the next one is going to be baseball. This one's going to be baseball, and it's going to be baseball. Alright, so here you can check the name, your full name, or your first name and last name, first name, last name, first name, form control first name, first name and last name, and we're going to put a last name, so this one's going to be user, and because we had a user there, we're going to be the F name, first name, first name, or you're going to put a first name like that, and this one's going to be the last name, last name. Okay, the rest of our form looks okay, because we have a div panel here. Okay, so we have a form, we have a form group, and our form, everything is ready. So we have a button success, and we can have this one. We're gonna have a look, and you look in here that our website's slowly taking shape. We change the name of this one, so this one's no longer user, but this one's gonna be, say, your first name, first name, and this one's gonna be first name. Okay, so now the two is first name and first name, and if we do this one, we're gonna get Yazdani because it's a first name. The first name is already, the value is there, last name is, the value is not there. It doesn't matter, but because every website have a first name and last name, it has a password and email, where I'm going to show you, which I'm going to show you guys later, but you guys need to learn this one, the check boxes and the radio buttons. This is called radio buttons. Radio buttons, you can only select one. It doesn't matter if it's 6, but you can only choose 1 and 6. But this one's the check boxes, you can say at the same time you can like 3 sports. You don't have to like choose one. But with this one, at the same time, in one time, you can either be male or female. And this one, once you press this one, you can register yourself. So I'm gonna put this one a little bit down. I'm gonna come here. So if you come here and see your button, and your button, you just put a few BR. So you put a BR and few BR. Okay, you can put a margin top as well. You don't need to do this one. So if you look in here, so now our website looks like it's taking shape. So I'm going to show you, this is very responsive. Look at here, you can use it in a mobile, you can use it anywhere else. And look at here, it's a login. When login comes on top and registration comes at the bottom. So this is the first time, the first page, the main page is done. And the next video, I'm going to show you guys the other bits and pieces of the PHP, how you guys going to take the information from the user. And in the future videos, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to upload the, say, profile wallpaper, our profile photo of the user. Alright guys, this is for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.
You